Hello, today's topic is the derivative of logarithmic equations.
One fact that appears on our formula sheet is this. The derivative of log base e of x, or ln x, is equal to 1 over x. We're not going to prove that or explain where it comes from, but let's just look to see if it makes sense. The graph of y is equal to ln x looks like this. It's obvious that when x is very small, the gradient is very steep. As x gets bigger, the gradient gets smaller, so it makes sense that it's a reciprocal relationship. We also know that it's an inverse of the graph y is equal to e to the x, which has a gradient of 1 at this point, 0, 1, so the reflection must also have a gradient here. Thus it makes sense that the derivative of this graph is 1 over x. Let's practice using this fact with some questions, starting with something really simple. If f of x is equal to ln 3x, then the derivative is 1 over the original function times the derivative of the original function. In this case, the 3's cancel out, and we get 1 over x again. This might be surprising at first, but if you think carefully about the transformations, it's possible to understand why. I'm not going to explain that here. Let's look at a more difficult function. If f of x is equal to ln x squared plus 2, then f dash x equals 1 over the original function times the derivative of the original function. Simplifying that, we get 2x over x squared plus 2. Now what about if log is not base e but base 10? Well, it becomes a little more tricky, and we don't have a nice simple rule for it, but we can use the change of base log law to change it into base e. So for example, what is the derivative of log base 10 of x squared minus 2x? Well, let's use the change of base law to rewrite it as log base e of x squared minus 2x over log base e of 10. You might think we can't do anything because we can't handle division of functions yet when finding the derivative, but don't forget that ln 10 is a constant, just like 2 or pi or e. It's not a variable, so we can find the derivative of the top and just keep ln 10 on the bottom. So the derivative of the top is going to be 1 over x squared minus 2x multiplied by 2x minus 2. Putting all this together gives us 2 lots of x minus 1 over ln 10 times x squared minus 2x.